Thank you very much, last caller. I'm glad to get the opportunity to talk on this and to rebut some of the things that have been said here by Deputy Cairns. It was very unfair of you to say that farmers, that any farmer, that you didn't know any farmer that was doing his best not to do harm to the land that he was working, because that's totally and absolutely untrue.
Sorry, Deputy, that's not what I
didn't interrupt you.
I know you didn't, but I didn't misquote you.
I didn't interrupt you. And
sorry, Deputy, I said I don't know a single farmer who gets up in the morning or goes about their day-to-day business trying to damage the biodiversity.
You're running down my time now.
Deputy Danny Healy-Rae, the time is running. Please, you have 7 minutes.
You misquoted me completely.
Deputy Cairns.
I heard what you said.
Thank you.
You wrong the whole lot of farmers.
Quite literally the opposite of what I said.
Whatever Deputy Healy-Rae heard, he heard.
She certainly did say it.
It's not what you said.
I said the complete opposite of that, Danny. Literally.
Deputy.
I'm glad to get the opportunity to speak.
The time is running, and in fairness, it's not what the deputy said, but I leave it up to yourself whether you're going to withdraw it or not.
Danny, you have to withdraw that.
Can we? Deputy Danny Healy-Rae, Deputy Danny Healy-Rae, the
go down to Oireachtas and do something about the road and the road over to Kildare. If you want to, you attack me in my absence here before another day.
Acknowledge the fact.
Deputy Sherlock, drive me up in the ditches.
Deputy Danny
Healy-Rae, be a gentleman about it.
Deputy Sherlock, you're out of order. Deputy Sherlock, you're out of order. Deputy.
You're out of order,
please.
Deputy Sherlock, you're out of order.
You were out of order.
Danny Healy-Rae, you have 5 minutes. And just to be fair to the previous
Minister Eamon Ryan.
Please, just 1 minute. Deputy Cairns did not say that. I listened carefully.
If you're saying that she didn't say it, I'll take your word on it, and I'll take it back.
Thank you. Okay, so now
I take your word for it, not Deputy Sherlock's. You attacked me when I was not inside here, and do something about the road from Oireachtas into Kildare, where the lorries can't pass each other.
Deputy Sherlock, please.
Thank you. Be a gentleman about it.
I said if the last caller said I was wrong, I'm wrong, and I'm sorry.
Thank you. And continue, Deputy. Continue.
Minister Eamon Ryan doesn't have a monopoly on the environment, and I want to tell you that. Farmers have adapted an awful lot of new valuable methods, whether it was spreading slurry, whether it was storing slurry, whether it is spreading under the nitrates directive, spreading less fertilizer. And they have been doing their best at a great cost. And they were told to increase their herds by Minister Coveney 7 or 8 years ago, and now we've been told that they'll have to reduce their herd by 51%. That's not fair, or that's not right. And you see, you have to remember, and I'll tell it to you, that the climate change can occur for many reasons. And one of the reasons is the sun does come closer to the earth at different times, and when they rotate, and that has happened several times, and that would create an increase in the climate. The data centers, we are told now, will use 30% of our electricity by 2027, 28, that kind of time. And in recent weeks, our country, because there was no just transition when he closed down Bornemona, and I couldn't see how anyone could be proud of that, and supported by the government, the other government parties, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, to think that they allowed Bornemona to be closed down. And at the present time, Minister, in case you don't know it, there's timber being drawn from South Kerry up to Roscommon to keep some power plant going there because they can't get turf now. And if they didn't keep that power plant going, certainly we would be without electricity in some parts of the country, or many parts of it. So the wind, I support alternative energy. Many people do. But the wind is not reliable and we cannot ensure continuity of power from the wind when the wind doesn't blow. We can't store the wind when we have too much of it. So we have to be fair, and Minister, this bill is not being fair. It's giving farmers no chance to measure what carbon they're sequestering. You're saying it will take 7 years. At the same time, you're putting this pressure on them, and it is very unfair. And when you look around this town, it's all rural Ireland. It is rural Ireland is doing the harm, and there's no word about urban Dublin. And when I look around here today, you were proud of the fact that you were getting carbon tax to put new buses on the road, and where are they? Inside in Dublin. Because if you look around, look out the Dal gate any day now, and I was there for a few minutes the other day, several big double-decker buses, 1 and 2 people inside them. They're passing each other up, they're passing each other down, there are 3 or 4 of them behind each other. Why don't you suggest pedestrianising Dublin and take some of the pressure out of there? This is where, if we're talking about carbon, this is where the carbon is. It's not in the top of Mull's Gap. It is not west in Ballinskellig. It is not in the pocket in Glenmore. It is not below in the Black Valley. There's no fumes there, I can tell you, but they are here. And I mean, you have the public transport in Dublin. We don't have it down below, and people can move around with cars, without cars, or without vehicles, and we need lorries to bring our produce into our county from places like Dublin, and we do need transport. But you'll charge us carbon tax, and at the same time, most of the carbon is being created here in Dublin, and you don't mind that because that's your constituency, and you don't give one damn about rural Ireland or rural Kerry or any other where. People come from all over the world to see the greenery in Kerry, and we are more green in Kerry than any part of this Dublin city. And people come there to see the way it is well kept, but we're not getting credit for that.
Deputy Michael Collins.